years and years and years ago, when I had my first girlfriend. I was 19, lost my virginity to her. And I've told this story many times, maybe this will be a new story for you, but I was very much young, very much in the prime of my youth, so I was thinking a lot with my little head and very little with my big head. This girl had gigantic gazonkas. They were practically H-cups. They were just huge, maybe double G, I don't know. They were enormous. And she could cook really well, which was an added benefit. But she sucked the meanest schlong I've ever experienced in my entire life, bar none. Since then, never again. And she was the best bang I ever had in my entire life. Since then, nothing even approaching that. But she was nuts, abusive verbally and even sometimes physically. She would throw things at me. She threatened to chop off my pee-pee once. And she even tried to run me over once. And then when I finally broke up with her on a phone, she drove across 3 countries to reach me and try to batter down my door and then try to seduce me, which she was successful with, by the way. It took a long time for me to wean myself off of the copulation with her. Because, yeah, I just thought, oh my God, it's so good. I'll never get a BJ like this again. I'll never be able to boink like this again. Oh my God, those gazonkas are so big. They're so perfect. I'll never get to feel those gazonkas again. This 19 to 21-year-old version of myself was the embodiment of thinking with your little head as opposed to your big head. And of course, it's much more common when you're young. That's what I was doing. My first relationship, first boinking experience, first BJ, you name it. And I just thought, by the gods, I'll never experience this again. Long story short, she eventually, despite being on the pill and us occasionally using condoms, got pregnant, allegedly. And she tried to entrap me, supposedly. It turned out she had, again, allegedly a miscarriage, but she claimed she was pregnant and blah, 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 and I was the father and blah, blah, blah. And who knows, this girl absolutely bonkers. But hey, she could cook a mean meal, and she sucked the meanest pee-pee I've ever experienced in my entire life. I mean, it was insane. But yeah, that's what happens. I wasn't really fundamentally different, especially when it's your first experience. So I can kind of relate on some level to some of these sims, although I never did anything like that.